that was a sneak peek of the film, One's Anomaly. Joining us now to talk about it, writer and director of the film, Jacob Berkowitz.
Interview.
Well, it sure seems like someone's in a good mood.
I was in a good mood when Trump won the election. This something completely different.
Well, some critics have praised your film. Rolling Stone even hailed it a look into the mind of a psychopath like never before. And by psychopath, I mean writer and director Jacob Berkowitz. But some critics had other thoughts. US Weekly claimed in their review, and I quote, "I think the director was in the theater with me. About halfway through the film, he stopped it, stood up, and started shouting racial slurs until he got arrested." End quote. Is there any truth to either of these statements?
Regarding the second one, I will say I was in the same theater as him.
Well, I guess the question that everyone is wondering is how can somebody come up with an idea for a film that gets banned in 123 countries?
Well, you see, I've always loved those psychological thrillers. You know, the ones where after it ends, you sit through the entire credits. And I'm not talking about because there's a fucking end credit scene. You know? Because you're afraid to get up and leave the theater because you don't know what else is out there. I mean, on the way home from this movie, you almost get into a terrible car accident because your mind is on the film and not the road. Those type of movies.
Do you believe that making those types of movies have a long-term psychological impact on the filmmaker?
Well, most definitely, you see, but that's what I was going for. All the greats have done it. Look at Scorsese. He became a junkie after Taxi Driver. Ridley Scott killed his own brother after he decided to do a remake of The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. And my favorite, Mel Gibson, became a racist after making Passion of the Christ. Well, he was a racist probably beforehand, but he kind of fits in with the category.
I suppose what I'm trying to ask, and what I think everyone is wondering, is after this film, are you crazy?
You know, call it what you may. Crazy, cuckoo, bananas, bonkers, radical, homicidal. Call it what you may. Hate it, love it. You remember it. And I suppose that's what I'm going for.
Well, you're certainly on the map now. You're in the spotlight. What can we expect next from you?
I'm happy you asked. Let's play the clip. Hey boys, you got the clip?
What clip?
Roll the clip.
How did you find that deer?
He found me.
Okay. Interesting. Next question. Would you ever consider doing a film for Netflix or another streaming service, or do you consider your content to be more theater essential?
Well, I guess at the end of the day, I just want my films to be accessible. After all, I did start on the internet.
And by that, you are referring to your adult movie website, where you took Oscar-winning films and made them into pornos.
Precisely. Some of the best content I've ever created. Some of them better than the original, if I beg to differ. Like Gangbangs of New York. The actress in that was better than Cameron Diaz. And my favorite, Schindler's Fist, I know Spielberg jerked off to that. I saw him do it.
Thank you so much for listing the names of some of those great films off for us today. Thank you, really, thank you for that. So next, now you know what? I actually have a question for you. Do you not see a problem with the message that you're sending to the future generation of filmmakers that potentially look up to you? With the message that you're sending, potentially look up to you, the future generation of filmmakers, the message that you're sending,
You want a message?
I have some bad news for you all. See, we're all gonna die someday. But I don't want that to scare you. You see, losers get scared. And if you fear losing, well then, you've already lost, my friends. I know I'm not gonna walk this stage forever. Hell, heaven, nirvana, fucking Valhalla, whatever you believe in, forget about it. There's no need or room for it in the work environment. You see, winners believe in plausibility. God loves you? Prove it. You bust your ass at your job and your boss gives you a raise? Well, that's another pay stub with another zero on the end of it, motherfucker. And if that doesn't give you incentive enough to get off your lazy ass and go pursue greatness, well, I'm sure there's a Walmart only a few miles down the road where you can buy a shotgun to blow your own fucking useless brains out.
Thank you for your time today. I just have one final question for you. Are the rumors regarding your ties to Scientology true?